Hello, everyone, and welcome back to our channel. Have you ever found yourself wondering if there's a quick and effective way to determine whether someone is a narcissist? Whether you're dealing with a boss, a coworker, a new acquaintance, or someone you've been close to for years, identifying narcissistic traits early on is crucial. This process isn't merely about labeling someone, but about protecting yourself from potentially years of manipulation, stress, and emotional abuse. As an empathetic and caring individual, you may find yourself particularly targeted by narcissists. They are often drawn to your willingness to give and your capacity for understanding, which they exploit for their benefit. For the past 20 years, I've extensively explored the relationship between self-worth and narcissistic dynamics. Throughout my research and personal experiences, I've developed a deep understanding of how narcissistic behaviors manifest and impact relationships. In this video, I'll introduce you to a straightforward yet powerful 5-second test designed to help you quickly identify narcissistic behavior in any situation. This method will provide you with practical tools and strategies to protect yourself from potential harm, allowing you to navigate interactions with greater confidence and awareness. Before diving into the specifics of the test, it's essential to understand the narcissistic mindset. Recognizing the mental and emotional patterns of narcissists can help you better interpret their behavior and responses. Narcissists often operate from a place of profound inner fragility and desperation, which they mask with a facade of arrogance and superiority. This duality makes them not only formidable predators, but also highly predictable in their actions. Imagine yourself at a social gathering, a work meeting, or a family event. You might be seeking meaningful connections, feeling somewhat insecure, or simply hoping to blend in. In contrast, a narcissist operates from a place of need and desperation. Their behavior is driven by an insatiable craving for admiration and validation. This need for constant reinforcement makes them highly manipulative and skilled at exploiting the vulnerabilities of others. At the heart of a narcissist's motivation lies the concept of narcissistic supply. This term refers to the time, attention, and emotional energy that narcissists extract from others to sustain their inflated self-image. Just as a vampire needs blood to survive, a narcissist requires a continuous flow of validation to maintain their sense of superiority. They seek out admiration, sympathy, and control, testing boundaries to secure this supply. Understanding this dynamic is crucial for recognizing and responding to narcissistic behavior effectively. Now, let's delve into the 5-second test, a practical tool for identifying narcissists. The 5-second test is designed to help you quickly assess whether someone exhibits narcissistic traits based on their reaction to your boundaries. The key steps involve recognizing the setup, asserting your boundaries, observing their reaction, and interpreting their response. Step 1. Recognize the setup. The first step is to recognize when someone is setting up a situation that might test your boundaries. This often occurs when someone approaches you with a request or begins a conversation that appears innocent but could potentially demand significant time, attention, or emotional energy. Narcissists frequently test your boundaries in subtle ways, trying to gauge how much they can control or manipulate you. For example, imagine a colleague asks you to take on a project that wasn't part of your original workload. They may present it as a casual favor, but their underlying intention might be to test how much they can push you. Similarly, a friend might ask for constant emotional support or advice, seemingly out of concern, but actually seeking validation. Step 2. Assert your boundaries. Once you've recognized the setup, the next step is to assert your boundaries clearly and firmly. It's important to communicate your limits without feeling guilty or apologetic. For instance, if someone requests more of your time or energy than you can reasonably offer, respond with statements like, "No, I'm not available for that." Or, "That doesn't work for me right now." This assertiveness is crucial. It establishes that you are aware of your own limits and are unwilling to compromise them for someone else's benefit. A narcissist's response to this assertion will reveal their true nature. A typical person will respect your decision and move on, whereas a narcissist might react differently. Step 3. Observe their reaction. After asserting your boundary, observe the other person's reaction closely. This observation will give you insights into whether the individual respects your limits or if they are trying to push back. A normal, respectful response would involve acknowledging your boundary and adjusting their behavior accordingly. They might say something like, "Okay, I understand," and move on without further issue. Conversely, if the individual is a narcissist, you may notice signs of escalation. They might become more insistent, attempt to guilt trip you, or change tactics to try to get what they want. For example, they might say, "You're being so selfish," or "I thought we were friends," attempting to manipulate your emotions to break down your boundaries. Step 4. Interpret their response. Interpreting the reaction involves paying attention to both verbal and nonverbal cues. If someone responds respectfully, it indicates a mutual understanding and respect for your boundaries. They may acknowledge your limits and adjust their behavior without creating further tension. On the other hand, if the response includes pushing back, increased insistence, or attempts to manipulate your emotions, it signals a lack of respect for your boundaries. Narcissists often use these tactics to test your resolve and gain control over you. Here are some common scenarios where the 5-second test can be particularly useful. Time boundary. If someone tries to rearrange your schedule or asks for last-minute changes to your plans, apply the test by firmly stating your unavailability. For instance, if a friend suddenly asks you to help with a project on short notice, respond with, "I'm not available for that at the moment." Observe how they handle your response. Do they accept it gracefully or try to push you to accommodate them? Attention boundary. When someone interrupts your focus, whether you're in a conversation or working on a task, apply the test by redirecting their interruption politely. For example, if a colleague frequently interrupts you while you're working, say, "I'm currently focused on something and I need to complete it. Can we discuss this later?" Watch their reaction to see if they respect your need for concentration. Energy boundary. Narcissists often target your emotional or financial resources. They might make demands that drain your energy or seek to exploit your generosity. For example, if someone repeatedly asks for financial help or emotional support beyond what you are comfortable giving, apply the test by setting clear limits. For instance, say, "I'm unable to assist with this right now," and observe their response. Strategies for dealing with narcissists. Navigating interactions with narcissists requires more than just identifying their behavior. Here are additional strategies to empower yourself. Educate yourself. Understanding narcissistic behaviors and tactics enhances your ability to recognize manipulation. Read books, watch videos, and learn about the psychological dynamics of narcissism. Knowledge is a powerful tool in defending yourself against narcissistic exploitation. Practice assertiveness. Regularly practice asserting your boundaries in various situations. The more comfortable you become with saying no and setting limits, the more effectively you can handle narcissistic interactions. Remember, assertiveness is a skill that improves with practice and self-awareness. Seek support. Surround yourself with a supportive network of friends, family, or professionals who understand narcissistic dynamics. They can provide guidance, encouragement, and a fresh perspective when dealing with challenging interactions. Prioritize self-care. Engage in self-care practices that strengthen your emotional resilience and reinforce your boundaries. Take time to recharge, pursue hobbies, and practice mindfulness. Self-care is essential for maintaining your well-being and protecting against manipulation. The 5-second test is a valuable tool for quickly assessing whether someone exhibits narcissistic traits. By observing their response to your boundaries, whether related to time, attention, or energy, you can gain insights into their true intentions. This test not only helps you protect yourself from potential manipulation, but also empowers you to maintain healthier, more balanced relationships. Spotting a narcissist early on is crucial for safeguarding your emotional well-being and personal boundaries. By honing your ability to detect and respond to narcissistic behaviors, you can navigate social and professional interactions with greater confidence and resilience. If you found this video insightful, click here to explore further insights into handling narcissistic behaviors and staying one step ahead in your interactions.